The next learning target, I think, is maybe deliberately vague. It just asks us to be able to recognize situations in which the energy stored in a capacitor is changed into other forms. And there's just a ton of places where this would happen. Really, anytime we take a capacitor and we charge it up and then connect the two charged ends to something, we're changing that energy into other forms. So I thought of a couple examples that might be useful for you to think about. The first would be if we charge up a capacitor and then put it through a light of some sort. We can generate a really bright light for just an instant. Now, you have to be careful on the light that you use here because you can burn them out very quickly. But this is useful in something like a camera flash, so we don't have to use old-fashioned flash powder, which actually ignites and uses up. We can use a light bulb that's reusable. Another application that you'd be familiar with would be tasers. Tasers use large capacitors with high values of their capacitance to deliver large amounts of charge all at once. And so we would charge up a capacitor using batteries that aren't capable of delivering very much charge in a short period of time. They take a little while to do that. So we have to take some time to charge up our capacitor. But once that capacitor is charged, it's able to move charges very, very quickly. And so that'd be the advantage of using a capacitor there. You'd have to have an extremely large battery in order to power a taser just with the battery without using a capacitor. Capacitors are used in just about everything, it turns out. And so one thing that we can do with them is kind of stabilize power supplies. If our power supply varies a little bit, we might put a capacitor in the series to kind of supplement the power supply when it might drop down to lower levels. Other places that we might do this, they're involved in circuits that we call oscillating circuits or oscillatory circuits. And again, that's something that we'll get into a little bit more later on in class. But there's a lot of uses for capacitors. In short, if you take a capacitor and you charge it up and then connect both ends to something, whatever the thing is, and deliver charge through that object, then you're transferring energy as well from the capacitor to whatever you're putting the charge into.